Leadership in Action. Prince Harry advocates for healthier social media. When Prince Harry first spoke of the need for healthier social media, many dismissed him. He was one of the few leaders with the courage to sound the alarm on the growing humanitarian crisis arising from social media. Social media has become an echo chamber for lies and amplifying hate. It's now fighting to dismantle the very foundation of democracy. The world is accustomed to British royals opening supermarkets and cutting ribbons, clapping for carers, all symbolic work. Prince Harry was never comfortable with just mere symbolism. He wanted to make an impact. Like his mother Princess Diana. She was a royal and a leader. Prince Harry, through his military service, the Invictus Games, Travailist and St. Bal, has always done work that matters. Work that has a positive impact on society beyond mere symbolism. People actually say that because of Prince Harry their lives have been changed for the better. Not many princes, dukes and people in leadership can take a stand for healthier social media. One in particular, the Prince of Trolls, is well known to collaborate with trolls and perpetuate toxic behavior online. In fact, during the Capitol riots it is alleged that his palace was identified as uploading content encouraging the destruction of democracy. The Prince of Trolls cannot capture a global audience without his children, because of the company he keeps. Trolls are haters and destroyers. They cannot build anything. Prince Harry is a different royal. A mental health advocate who has consistently worked to uphold better mental health for troops with the Invictus Games, head fit for the military and on social media. Standing up for what is right takes courage. It is evident that Prince Harry and his wife Meghan have faced horrendous vitriol and harassment online and in the press. Self-proclaimed mental health advocates in the royal family were silent when Harry and his pregnant wife were attacked by neo-Nazis and fascists. The tabloids and media have long bragged of their access to the senior British royals. The civil rights issue of our time is understanding technology's impact on society. The digital ecosystem is unwell and promoting disinformation and division. Prince Harry called on business leaders to rethink their role in funding the advertising system that underlies the misinformation and divisive rhetoric that's often shared on social platforms. Remodeling the digital ecosystem. Industry leaders from all areas should draw a line in the sand against unacceptable online practices. This takes courage. Many people want the title leader but are unwilling to take a stand against radicalization from the alt-right and white supremacist, fascist elements who are pushing this agenda. Now is the time that leadership in action is most needed for active participants in the process of establishing new standards for our online world. Sadly, the tax-funded royals are afraid to take a position. Hate-for-profit business models create unchecked and divisive attention economy. Dominant online platforms have contributed to and stoked the conditions for a crisis of hate, a crisis of health, and a crisis of truth. In Britain alone, tabloids go after people of colour for doing the right thing. They have created a smear campaign against footballer Marcus Rashford, whose mere crime is feeding the hungry during the global pandemic. They need a reason to hate people of colour and create false narratives that cause division and hatred. They devote daily bashing against non-tax-funded royals, Meghan and Harry, and leave the tax-funded royals alone. They turn a blind eye to tax-funded royals who make fun of the global pandemic and break government rules. What then is the role of the press in society? Kate Middleton's uncle dropped the F-bomb and spewed hate and vitriol against the Prince and Duchess for their role in advocating the end to structural racism. The head of the Commonwealth remained silent and the uncle was not censured for promoting racism and white supremacy. How hate is undermining democracy. What happens online does not stay online. It spreads everywhere, like wildfire, into our homes and workplaces, into the streets, into our minds. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. We are losing loved ones to conspiracy theories, losing a sense of self because of the barrage of mistruths, and at the largest scale. It was reported that the Thanksgiving of 2016 was the most divisive. Families were torn apart by Donald Trump's supporters. Their media promoted hate, violence, division, and confusion. It culminated with a literal attack on the U.S. Capitol. Armed men and women broke into the building which has been a symbol of democracy, stole computers, artifacts, and government property. The genocide in Myanmar was used as a vehicle to incite violence against the Rohingya people, which is a human rights issue. In Brazil, social media provided a conduit for misinformation which ultimately brought destruction to the Amazon. While social media has its benefits and connect people and build strong communities, the global Sussex baby shower brought together the supporters of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to raise over $100,000 for Sussex-affiliated charities in 2019. The Sussex Great Forest Project, again organised by the Sussex Squad, led to over 120,000 planted around the world. Not to mention Archie's Wood, where 500 trees were planted in honour of his first birthday. The online experience can lead to shared accountability, decent, truthful exchange, but rather an exchange of weaponry. In 2020, supporters of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex raised funds to empower young women by paying for vocational higher education for them. Upon hearing of this great initiative, Harry and Meghan matched the gift, raising over $262,819 for this worthy cause. This is technology being used for good to build communities. In 2020, on the other hand, the digital ecosystem was unfortunately a catalyst for finding connection in mass extremism movements or radicalization. That false narrative became the mothership for all of the harassment. We are losing loved ones to conspiracy theories, losing a sense of self because of the barrage of mistruths, and at the largest scale, losing our democracies. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. There is a hidden hand in all this chaos. Hidden algorithms pick the content billions see every day, and curate the information, or misinformation, everyone consumes. This is a man-made problem by those who profit from hate-for-profit business models. How to promote better social media. Fact-check the source and research the information you see. And commit to taking a more compassionate approach and tone when you post or comment. Online platforms must be held accountable for the world that they are creating and the hate they are fostering. I think it's a false choice to say you have to pick between free speech or a more compassionate and trustworthy digital world. They are not mutually exclusive. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. We are all part of the human experience, not a human experiment. Let's build healthier communities which foster collaborate and cooperation rather than hate and division. Thank you for listening, and please share how you are bringing collaboration in your family and community. We would love to hear from you.